We are talking to Rita Bahuguna Joshi on the prospects of the Congress party in Uttar Pradesh. How good or how bad are the chances that the Congress will finally make it to par in UP? How hopeful are you, ma'am?
We're extremely hopeful because we've seen the undercurrent. The youth and the women farmers especially, they're very keen for a better life, and the way they're running after Rahul Gandhi and the way they're attending our meetings.
You talked about the candidate selection. A lot of things, it appears to be all in the family.
How?
There are cases. Jagdambika Pal's son is contesting. You have Mr. Beni Prasad's son contesting. You have Kamal Kishore's wife contesting, and so forth.
How many? Half a dozen? In
no,
403?
Salman Khurshid's wife is also contesting. These are the names. These are prominent names.
7 or 8 maximum.
You know better.
Maybe 1 dozen?
You know better.
Okay, I'm telling you. Let us take to the maximum 12
right.
out of 403. Now the question is, there are political families in the state in which the members have their own standing in the political system. See, like I am in politics, my elder brother is also in politics, my younger brother is also in politics, and we are all on our own steam.
But that's a charge against you?
Why is it a charge?
Opposition party, it's the party which is turning out to be party of families.
No, in an election, everybody has a right to contest.
Absolutely.
And it's for the people to decide whether they want you or not. Now in UP, as you are saying, Congress is not in a good state.
All right.
And if people from families are contesting, and if they win, which means they have worked on their own, and they can come back with the support of the people. In a democracy, everybody has a right.
Or is it because you feel, as a state party president, that if you pitch them, you have better chance of winning it? Otherwise, if you introduce a new candidate...
At the end of the day, it's winnability that matters the most. Let us be very frank about it.
So you push the family?
No, why family? There's so many families that have gone into oblivion.
Yeah, right.
There's so many political families within the Congress who have gone into the oblivion. They have made mark in different streams. See, I was a professor in the university. My brother was a judge in the court, high court. So it doesn't matter. At one point of time, we felt that we must enter the mainstream of politics. We did. He has succeeded. He's a two-time MP. I became a mayor. I'm the president. God willing, I'll win and become a member of the legislature.
That's right. Obviously, you have your point of view, but one of the points which is being raised against the Congress, right, whether it's BJP, BSP, SP, is that this is a party which will only give you a parivarvad. Now, is Congress stands for parivarvad?
We have committed families. We are not like one family in one party, one person in one. The modern trend is.
So the
modern trend is that there are 3 brothers. Each one will be in a different party.
All right.
For the sake of advantage.
All right.
But if there are families who have for decades been committed to the Congress ideology, and if those people who are professional also, it's not, politics is not a profession.
That's right.
But if professional people from within the party at some point of time want to enter politics,
so should they only be projected?
There should be no taboo on that.
But should they only be projected?
No, but nobody's being projected.
All right. Criminalization of politics and otherwise in the state is a problem. UP last 2 years emerged as a state of rape, which is very, very unfortunate, but we have seen high profile rape cases, not ordinary rape cases. These are involving MLAs, leaders. How do you address that?
Well, you see, that is one issue which has been the most issue of great opposition to the government. And women, especially in the state, are very, very angry with Ms. Mayawati. You see, because she tried to defend them, whether it was Lakhimpur Kheri, or whether it was Faizabad, or it was Banda. These were cases that were totally highlighted.
Absolutely.
See, she tried to cover them up for a long time until it became a big issue with NGOs and political parties taking to the streets. Then she would relent and then take action. All the cases, everywhere and anywhere, a heinous crime against a woman was committed. Congress was there. I, as a state president, I was in Basti, I was in Ambedkar Nagar, I was in Faizabad.
2 days later.
Fatehpur, Kanpur, then Banda, even in the west, Meerut. See, the question is, we give the government 2 to 3 days to solve a case. We don't want to politicize an issue on the first day. But when we find...
It's not about politicizing, it's a very unfortunate situation, it's a law and order situation.
Let us understand. Once we see any crime, it takes about a day or 2 to work it out.
All right.
To apprehend the criminal.
All right.
That is it. So we always give leverage of 2 days to the government. Ki bhai, pakdo. But if they are unable to do it,
Then you
then
take
we
charge.
come in. Then we come.
Mulayam Singh Yadav says that if Samajwadi Party wins, we will give jobs, we will give financial support to victims of rape. So there should be more victims to take the benefit of that. Is that the solution?
I think he went back on his statement, and I'm happy he went back, because that was a very, very sensitive issue and a very uncouth statement that he made. You know, it was very, very.
So what is the solution from the Congress side? If you have to end
You
this,
have to curb crime. You have to create an environment in which the officers are scared that if anything happens to a woman, he will be punished for it.
now your party also has fielded candidates who are under question mark. We have a question against them as far as their criminal records are concerned. Why is Congress party compromising on such a thing?
No, we have not given tickets to anybody who has been charge sheeted or who has been convicted by the court.
Munna Singh,
Who's Munna Singh?
Northanwa, you have given him a ticket from Northanwa. There is a ticket, you gave it to Dilip Verma, then you changed it, gave it to his wife.
No, he had not been convicted when we gave him the ticket.
What about Munna Singh?
We had not. He was not convicted. As soon as we find that a person is convicted, we change the ticket.
But giving a ticket to his wife, is it that good enough? Does that stop?
Well, his wife is a MLC. You see, she's already in politics. So what's the harm? If supposing the husband has made some mistake, that means that the entire family should be convicted for that. That's
I
not
think
fair.
the same logic Samajwadi's party is adopting when they are giving ticket to Tripaঠি's son. Mr. Tripathi was in question for so many months, so many years. Everyone went out against him, talking about the way Samajwadi was protecting him. Congress party also spoke about it. Today his son is contesting. And you're fielding Munna Singh against
We
him.
have not fielded any person who is a criminal who is known all over, everywhere.
How do you then justify Munna Singh's candidature?
I'm telling
He's
you.
a candidate against him. Tripathi's son doesn't have a criminal record. He is a fair candidate. That's what Samajwadi Party is saying. So maybe the wife of Dilip Singh.
The wife
but
wife is not a criminal. Why can't she contest?
Obviously.
Well, how can you say that if the husband is a criminal, his wife is also? And then what is the kind of case against him? Once he is convicted, we will not give a ticket. That is our policy.
And what about Munna Singh?
Is Munna Singh convicted?
Obviously, there are cases pending against him in the court.
Pending is different. I am saying he's not convicted. And he's not convicted, and there is a doubt that whether that he was involved in the crime or not. But there are certain cases, like you say, like Babu Singh ji.
Right.
He came to us
Okay.
for a nomination.
Okay.
Now it is clear that he has been convicted and indicted, and the entire state knows that this crime has been committed by him. Similarly, there were so many others who were seeking our tickets, who were known criminals, who had been, and we knew that there's a perception that he has done this crime. So we did not entertain them. But where there is a doubt whether he has been booked under political pressure or there is a wrong case.
You have been a professor, ma'am, and Congress party today talks about fighting criminalization of politics. Is this an ideal situation where, because...
No, criminals should not be given nomination. My leaders, Sonia ji and Rahul ji, do not approve of it at all. Let me start with this. Maybe in certain places, a very few people have by mistake been given nominations. But once we came to know they are convicted, we changed their nominations. We feel that we have to wean out criminals from politics. If we don't do that, then obviously we've had it.
Not just Congress party, I'm talking political party in general. Is it justified to change the candidature of an under question candidate to his wife or son or anyone, any relative? Is that justified?
If they are political, yes, why not? If they are political, why not?
But there is a background attached to their relatives, closer relatives.
So that doesn't make them a criminal. How can you castigate an entire family for the crime or whatever you are saying?
At the end of the day, family gets rehabilitated. You have no...
No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
You are okay with that?
You may not be okay with it, but I think there is no harm in giving them.
BSP is from promising a crime-free UP. Samajwadi Party is promising a crime-free UP. BJP's campaign, which is going on television, promises a crime-free UP. You are promising a crime-free UP. Ultimately, who will provide a crime-free UP?
In 1989, we went out of power. Please look at the graph of crime at that time and look at the graph of crime now. Politics in UP has been criminalized, criminalization of politics has happened in the past 2 decades. And who's been in power? All the 3 political parties, BSP, SP and BJP have been in power, not once, three and four times. So you see, if I say we will give a cleaner government, if I say we will give a more good law and order to the state, people will believe us more than those who have, see, we have performed in the past.
One side is the issue of criminalization, the other side is the issue of corruption. Somewhere down the line, there are parties who say, okay, BSP is given the most corrupt government in the state, but so is Congress party, which is also facing charges of corruption at such different levels.
No, I don't agree with you on that. We have given about 7, 8 chief ministers to the state.
All right.
Until 1989, all our chief ministers have been brilliant administrators.
Can I just stop you for a
And
second?
look at...
Can I just stop you for a second?
Sure.
When it comes to development, you cite central politics. When it comes to corruption, you are citing state chief ministers.
Yes, why? Because that corruption is not permitting it. That, see, the money of the people's fund, which should go to the people, have been separated, and we are sharing that money, you see.
If there is a hung assembly where no government can be found without the support of the Congress party, where will the Congress party go?
Never
Two choices
mind, we'll stay in the opposition because we want to change the system. We don't want a change of government only.
You will not go with Samajwadi Party?
No?
Because that appears to be a logical partner.
Whose logic? Not ours. It could be a logic.
You may require Samajwadi Party's support at the central level also. Mamata Banerjee is creating a problem.
Never mind. We have made our mind, up our mind, that we will form a government. And if we can't form a government, we'll stay in the opposition.
We spoke to certain leaders from BJP. They said, we will sit in the opposition, no question of supporting.
Well, they won't, you don't trust them.
You are saying, we will not support anyone. Will UP get a government or not? Or will we have another round of president's rule in this state?
BJP never says the truth. But if they're saying no, you must take it as an yes.
And when
Ma'am
Rita Bahuguna Joshi says no, then it should be taken as a no.
Yes.
But then what happens to the state? Will the state get a government or will it get another round of president's rule?
I told you, if you're not leading the government, we're not interested.
Samajwadi Party has clearly projected their chief ministerial candidate, Mulayam Singh Yadav. BSP has projected their chief ministerial candidate, Mayawati. Why is Congress not projecting anyone?
They're one party, one person army. They have only one person. They're the commander. See, it's a one-person party. We are a collective leadership, and we have a tendency, or as you will say, we have a convention that we do not declare our candidate.
You projected a chief ministerial candidate in Punjab.
Who said?
Rahul Gandhi made an official announcement at a public meeting in Punjab. So why doesn't he do that in UP?
Well, in UP we feel that let the people, see, it's a very, after 22 years we may come back to power. And at that time we would not want to impose a leader on the MLAs. We would want the members of the legislature to sit together, and whosoever has the major support of the legislators should become the CM.
Or is it, ma'am, before we win the election, there would be fighting going on that I am the chief ministerial candidate or I am the chief minister?
I don't think so. Right
now,
is
that the case?
No, right now the entire leadership is jointly fighting, and we all are extremely committed to.
So everyone is hopeful that.
Not hopeful. We are all working hard without thinking of who will take on the mantle. We are interested in the party coming back to power. There's a tendency, not, you are being very frank as far as Rahul Gandhi's or Sonia Gandhi's approach or involvement in UP elections are concerned, but generally people in Congress party hesitate talking about anything which relates to Rahul Gandhi, Sonia. Why this? Not in your case, because you have been very, very frank. I don't think so. When Rahul ji is so bold and he is out and fighting all these casteist and religious politics in UP, we are his followers. If he is bold, we are also bold. We are fighting every tendency that has ruined UP.
One last question. Nitish Kumar says that you should climb stairs. So Rahul Gandhi should also climb stairs if he wants to be a big leader. So first he should take the chief ministership and then talk about the prime ministership. Is that the way party thinks?
We have not sought his advice.
Thanks a lot, Matt. That was Rita Bahuguna Joshi talking to us on variety of issues. As far as the Congress goes, some say it's the party of the future, but some say it's history. These elections will decide, will the party be finally revived in the state? Keep watching NewsX. News and updates will follow.